Hello everybody, SuperTim101 here, and welcome back to another build review. This is where I go over my favorite mechs and my favorite builds, whether they are considered meta or not. And today we're going to be going over one of my favorite mechs of all time, the Corsair 7A. And the Corsair, if you recall, is the PGI interpretation of what a Corsair mech would be. And a Corsair mech is sort of a Franken mech. It's a periphery pirate mech that has been cobbled together from the pieces of a whole bunch of other mechs, and there's no sort of one version of it in the lore, but this, I thought PGI did an amazing job putting together what one could look like and making several different variations of it. The 7A in particular is my absolute favorite because it has the ability to support with 4 AMS, it has the ability to do long-range sniping with Gauss and ER larges, it has the ability to run racks with these high mounts really super effectively, so you can support in terms of fire, suppression fire. It's just a really great mech. Now it has some downsides, one being that it's super wide, and a lot of the builds for it, including the most popular, which is the Rack 2 build, has, you know, you're exposing your center torso the entire time, so you usually get CT'd. But the 7A is just such a great mech. It has all high mounts. It's got those AMS that I mentioned that I love, and I just love it. And I've got the platinum version that I use for my standard Rack 2 build with the medium lasers, and I've got another version that I use for faction play that has the Gauss rifles and the ER larges. But I wanted something that I could experiment on in true Corsair fashion, and so I purchased another one. Here it is, a very piratey Corsair 7A. And so with all of that said, let's jump into the mech lab and see what we are running. So I do run the 4 EMS because it's one of the reasons to run the 7A is the 4 AMS, but I only run 2 tons of ammo in it, which is probably fine, especially for tier 1 matches. I have been needing more and more AMS ammo ever since the Thunderbolts came out, though, the Thunderbolt missiles. And so I kind of like having the 2 tons of AMS ammo, but I don't know, at some point I might need more. And I have 3 LB5s and 3 ER larges. So this is sort of a kind of a different take on the long range sniper. Instead of using the Gauss rifles and the ER larges, use more of a DPS weapon with the LB5s, but keep to the similar range with the ER larges. And I tried it initially with just regular larges to be a little bit more heat efficient, but I was just firing so far out of range, and I wanted to stay at range with the LB5s. I stuck in the ER larges, and I had much more success. And just a refresher on the quirks so that we can all remember, we've got a flat range bonus of 10%, laser heat generation minus 5%, which isn't that great, but it helps, and of course the inner sphere AMS range of plus 5%. So it's not a whole lot, but it really makes a difference when you're trying to shoot down missiles. And then some structure and armor quirks, which are pretty nice. So that is the mech. I do run a light engine 300, which isn't super fast. It's 51.1, which is on the slower side, is even for a Corsair, but it gets to where it needs to go, and you're typically shooting at pretty long range. You can be a little bit spicy when you're firing your ER larges over and over again, but you may not need to with the LB5s. So just keep that in mind. You might have to ride your heat a little bit more than another Corsair build, especially if you're running the Gauss, which has almost no heat, or the Rack builds, which has sort of natural downtimes where you have to ramp down your racks and cooldown as well. So, well, with all of that said, let's jump into the skills and see what we are running there. Of course, we want the laser duration, the LB spread, and the magazine capacity for your weapons, the velocity for your LBs, your heat generation. Like I said, it can be spicy. And then this is where I experimented a little bit. It has a range quirk, and the ranges of the weapons are already pretty good. So I just did about half the tree in range and half the tree in cooldown. The reason I wanted cooldown with this mech, even though it's spicy, is because the LB5s don't themselves generate a ton of heat. Most of your heat comes from the ER large lasers. So if you just stick to shooting your LB5s, your heat doesn't go up nearly as fast. But I wanted to be able to really pepper my enemies with those LB5s, so I invested pretty heavily into cooldown so that I could fire them over and over faster and really put the pressure on the enemies. Of course, you want skeletal density and armor hardening, the 2 AMS nodes. I did full cool run because once I did heat up, once I got into cover, I wanted to cool down faster, so I did the cool run. A full seismic sensor, of course, 3 into radar deprivation, 1 advanced zoom because you're kind of a sniper, and then 1 UAV and double cool shot. That is the build, that is the mech. Let's jump into a couple games, and I hope you enjoy. I am hitting them, but for full damage. Hotel 9.
Target acquired.
That. Jaeger was going in the middle, Hotel 8. There was some rotating in the H line.
1 in J7, flee.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Fire.
Target destroyed.
He's dead.
Alright, they are coming the hotel line.
Target acquired.
So let's come back maybe India.
And
New
India
target
9.
Acquired. New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical. New target acquired.
I'm shooting outside of my range here. Oh, we're being rotated. Okay, I thought we were coming back to India 8, but we're pushing to India 9. Okay.
New target acquired.
Golf 8? Yeah. Can we come back? Maybe Hotel 9? 8? Hotel 8? Let's not rotate anymore.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Yeah. We're just keep coming back to the team. They're not gonna come. They're not actually going across the middle. They're just doing the rotation. Gave up.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
H10.
New target acquired.
%25 of the enemies are eliminated.
New target acquired. UAV
Hotel 8,
activated.
real heavy. I cannot tank this guy. Delta's a good target if you can raid him.
We're experiencing some
New
losses.
target
Don't
acquired.
get sloppy out there.
New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Got this.
New target acquired.
Dead.
New target acquired. Heat level critical. Heat level critical. Override shutdown. New target acquired. Heat level critical. Override shutdown.
Foxtrot.
Left torso critical damage. Center torso critical damage. ER
myself real
large
hard.
laser destroyed. Override shutdown. Heat level critical. New target acquired. Heat level critical. AMS ammo destroyed.
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Heat level critical. LBXAC ammo at 25%. Heatsink destroyed.
We've lost half our
Heat
force.
level
We can't
critical.
lose any more soldiers.
Right torso
Are you kidding
critical
me?
damage. LBXAC destroyed.
H9.
All right, well, let's see if we can
We've
pull this
almost got
off.
them all. Clean up the
Online.
survivors.
Target acquired.
Oh,
New
Dilly.
target acquired.
Get this Crusader. He's like super fresh. We got this. We got this.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
No, no, our Crusader. I do like how the chain fire streaks. It always feels like the
Target destroyed.
constant pounding.
Good game, all.
Detecting no
Nicely
more
done, guys.
hostiles. Good job, soldiers.
Right. Yep. I've got long range, so I'm gonna go up on the wall. So if we can pull him over into the Delta 6 area, that'd be great.
Alright, so that means that player is going to be useless this whole match.
Affirmative. Target
Target
spotted.
acquired.
Affirmative. Target spotted.
You got smoke on it.
Heat level critical.
I think I've got a light that's gonna be
Target
chased.
spotted.
The Hugin.
Target spotted.
I'm on.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Foxtrot's in the open.
Target destroyed. New target
You almost
acquired.
got him. See if I...
Target
Oh,
destroyed.
nice, nice.
Got that Raven down.
New target acquired.
We got a KMDV on that one.
Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
CT on the longbow when you see it.
Affirmative.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Yeah, Charlie as well, up and Jack.
New target acquired.
This cannot be a tier 1 match.
Affirmative.
New target
25% of the
acquired.
enemies are eliminated.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, they're coming about 5 to our right.
Target spotted.
Actually, I'm going to be moving in. Just
Target
501.
spotted.
The enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
At least they got
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
UAV activated.
We've almost got them all. Clean up the survivors.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Insane Clown
Target
Posse.
spotted. Affirmative.
Heat level critical.
Insane Clown Posse.
Target destroyed.
Woo!
Detecting no more hostiles.
Final blow. Oh yeah. GG.
I kept almost killing things.
Highest damage on the team, but I was useless, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to do a brief recap of those two games. This mech really wants to stay at range at about 700 meters, which is unlike the playstyle of sort of the more standard build, which is the Rack 2 build, which can kind of go up and brawl a little bit because the racks cause a lot of that screen shake and screen flash. But this mech, because it's more of a slow DPS, I don't know if that's the right way of putting it, and sniper, you really want to stay at range and reposition when you can to make sure that you are not taking a ton of return fire. One thing I do like about the Corsair in general is that it can take a bunch of return fire. It has a lot of armor, has a lot of structure, but that doesn't mean that you should be out in the open and just sort of doing what you want. Take cover, use your high mounts. This is one of the beautiful things about this mech is the beautiful high mounts that allow you to shoot without exposing a lot of your mech at all, which means that you won't take a lot of return fire if you're really hill peaking. The first match, I was talking to Keith, but my OBS wasn't recording his talking, but we were communicating to try to make sure we stayed with the team. And I almost got rotated away, but that's why it's important to watch your minimap so that you stay with your team, even if you are a sniper, because if you get pushed, then you are probably dead. If you can, stay with your team. Try to keep your opponents at about 700 meters, 600 meters, so you can still do decent damage, but not take as much return fire. In the second match, I went up under the wall early to take a good sniper position and was able to kill that battle master that was pushing up. And then I got some pot shots and sort of, I would say, suppressed the enemy, so they moved away from me, which was good to cut off my lines, which meant I had to reposition. But it's always good to check your minimap to see where the fight is happening. And I was able to sort of shoot the enemy as they were backing off from the fight that was happening on the other side of the map and still get decent damage. And I believe I had the highest damage in the game. So on HPG, a lot of people don't like it because it can be very snipery, and you saw that in this match. I was sniping, even with the LB5s. But it's actually fairly easy to cut off lines without going into the basement if your team just sort of rotates away from the lines of the snipers, and then you can, if you have other snipers to counter snipe, actually neutralize the opponent's lines and their effectiveness as well. But a lot of people just go into the basement and then you lose firepower and people can basically poke you as you're coming out, and it's not good. Don't go into the basement if you're playing HPG. Anyway, those were two really fun matches. I was also able to shoot down a ton of missiles in at least the first one, and I just love this mech. It's very, very effective for what it does and can run several different builds and still support the team with AMS. So that has been this build review of the Corsair 7A. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and if you like this kind of content, think about subscribing. Thanks, and have a great day.